is also the former assistant to Dr. Marcia Pierce and continued on after Dr. Marcia retired. Rayma enjoyed teaching interpersonal and other communication classes at Oregon State University. She's not a duck. She's a beaver. Oh, just say that. I'll continue.
I know.
Rayma retired early in 2007 and has been teaching and speaking occasionally since then. It's my pleasure to welcome Rayma Davis to our pulpit today. She's going to be sitting up front in this lovely little stool with a handheld microphone, and as you have your questions, Sarah will be around. If you want to pass any of those cards to the center, she'll pick them up, so we can address and answer those questions for you. I know I've got a couple, so.
Is this the phone? Microphone?
That's the microphone, yep. And push it up to turn it on. So,
Yes. So many of you know that Colin Pierce has had back surgery, recovering from that and doing well. And some of you may have come here expecting to see Dr. Marcia Pierce. However, she asked for the Sunday off because she's taking care of Colin. So I'm going to, I said, well, I can do questions and answers on Science Mind. I'm good at that. And they took me up on it. So here I am. Here I am. I want you to know that Science Mind is, how many of you have studied Science Mind? Taken a class or two or three? Okay.
47 years.
47 years, that's right, that's right. And so Science Mind is nothing new to some of you. And it may be a brand new topic to some of you. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the basics and answer maybe 4 or 5 of my own questions. You know, I was going to put them in the basket. But we'll just put them on note cards and do that. So, start in here. So I'm going to liken Science Mind to a house, okay? Just an analogy, if you will. And the first thing we want to talk about, if you're going to build a house, is the foundation. Are you going to have a wood foundation? Are you going to have a concrete foundation? There's lots of ways to do a foundation. And so, in Science Mind, the foundation, I believe, for me, is treatment. It's a Science Mind treatment. And I'm going to talk about what that means in just a few minutes. But I want to continue on the building of the house analogy. So, there's a few universals that go into that foundation. That God is all there is. Wow. That can be a hard pill to swallow some days. But God is all there is. That means that you're God, I'm God, everyone's God, in our own expression of that God. And that also means that the killer is a God. It also has God in him, maybe somewhere. And our judgments, our sensibilities, they're different for every culture, you know, sensibilities and assumptions. And so they're going to be a little tainted by that. But we do, I have my water vessel that I have with me today says Namaste on it. And that simply is a reminder. I love it. I love to carry it. It's a reminder to me that I salute the Spirit in me. Salutes, the Spirit in you. Amen. So, in this foundation, we have treatment. We have God is all there is. And we have another universal that's God is available to anyone, anytime, any place. Because where is God? Right here. There is an energy, yes. There is a universal mind. There is a lot of things that are outside of me, but that God lives in me. So therefore, it's available to me anytime. So, and I probably say so a lot, I'm sorry. I used to teach and I had a lot more interaction with students than just standing and speaking. But I did do a fair bit of that too as a teacher. So, Science of Mind says, to make it more formal, Science of Mind and Spirit affirms that spirit, or creative intelligence, we'll define that in a minute, has a conscious, individualized center of expression through us. So I'm going to read that again. Spirit affirms, Science of Mind and Spirit affirms that spirit, or creative intelligence, has a conscious, individualized center of expression through us. Is this new to anybody? No? Okay. All right. I skip over a few more of the basics. So our thought then is our personal use of that spirit, personal use of that power. Okay. So, let's see. Oh yes, and that gives us the freedom to choose. And it's in that freedom to choose that one person does something we don't care for. And it's okay. It's their life. They can do what they want. But then when they kill somebody, then we have issues. As a society, we have issues. Yeah. But in spirit, he or she is still just as much God as I am. And that can be a little hard to reconcile, I guess. But it sounds like most of you have reconciled that idea. So another basic question going along with that foundation is, so everything we create is made out of that intelligence, made out of spirit. Because you have to first have a thought. Thought creates. And I guess if there were any kind of lumber that you'd build those walls with, or metal, it would be your thoughts creating your experience. And the roof. Let's talk about the roof. The roof of that house, that is just all of our choices, our individual expression, the love that we have to share with others. So in my mind, the roof of Science of Mind is what we give out. So we've learned all this information. We understand the Science of Mind. And now, let's start using it in our lives and start giving it out to the world. Something that may be hard for us as individuals from time to time is to accept the fact that we are divine. Inside, we are divine. Outside, we are divine. This leg healing up It is divine. It is perfect, whole, and complete, just the way it is, and just the way it isn't. And it is on, you know, my leg is on, me and my leg, we're on our journey to healing. It's been a while. And I was informed at my last doctor visit I might wear that boot for a year. What, walking, but wear it for a year. Huh? Okay, whatever it takes, because we don't want it to break again. So when you're going through stuff that doesn't appear to be divine, it is divine in its own right. It is your expression. And however you're expressing, that expression is divine. So all the decorations, all the pictures you hang in your home, when I like this part of the analogy because I love to decorate. Too much, I think, sometimes, but I love to decorate. And those are my choices, right? Those are my affirmations. Those are the things that I put out into the world. And so, in that, let me see, I've lost my train of thought. Okay, time for a question. I love questions, yes.
Could you compare what you're saying about science of the mind with what Mary Baker Eddy developed in Christian Science?
Yes.
Very similar.
Yes, they're very similar. And the matter of fact that Mary Baker Eddy, Ernest Holmes, who wrote the Science of Mind textbook, was a student of Mary Baker Eddy. Was he? Was she? Yes. He was a student. Checking my history facts here with my husband. Yes, he was a student of Mary Baker Eddy's. He also gleaned from Emerson and from Judge Troward. You don't really find out about until you get into Science Mind. And so the philosophy in Science of Mind and Christian Science is very similar. The only distinction is on healing and how that might be achieved. So, yes, in Science of Mind, I believe that I heal my body. That I don't need a doctor or anyone else to tell me what I'm doing. And that's a Christian Science belief. Now, if I break my leg, it's okay for me to go to the doctor in Science of Mind. All right? Knowing that, yes, the doctor is there kind of like a, let's see.
Source of information.
Yeah.
A conduit.
Yes, a conduit, a source of information, an opinion.
The vehicle of healing.
Yes,
The vehicle.
a vehicle. Say that again?
The vehicle of healing.
Yes, it can be that doctor is the vehicle of healing. But my body does its own healing. And my body's capable. Do you ever go to the doctor just because you get a cold? No. Wait, that just goes away because our bodies are intelligent and our bodies can heal themselves. If you have the faith, and faith is a big thing for me. If you have the faith that your treatments, Science of Mind, affirmations, can heal your body regardless of the diagnosis, that would be a Christian Science belief. And that would be what Christian Science practices. They do not usually go to doctors, and they do not usually accept outside intervention in healing. And in Science Mind, we say, bring it on. The more the better. Let me take my pick of what I want to do to heal my body. So did that clarify? Okay. Yeah.
I kind of have gleaned that medicine in general is an enabler for healing. So whether you're getting chemotherapy or whatever, it enables, but it is the body that must
Yes.
heal itself,
Yes.
and that we believe is with the help of God. There was one more thing too, about the imperfection of humanity as it is looked upon through theological views, is that many religions believe that God created the world with its imperfections. God created creation, but with its imperfections. And so it is the people or the animals or whatever, the participants in this creation that must struggle towards existing and thriving and surviving. But God is the creator. So I'm
Yes.
I'm looking at, the tie-ins with medicine and with theology.
Yes, so God is the creator, but that doesn't preclude your body from being God. So let's go back to this idea that there's only, the only thing that there is in a religious science belief, the only thing there is God. You're God, I'm God. My car is God. My car was made by people who are God, and it is God. The trees, the mountains, it's so easy to go to nature and know that that's God, without question.
Yes.
Okay. Gets a little harder when we're talking about individuals, or when we are talking about,
Nuclear bombs.
yes, nuclear bombs. Yes, that gets a little harder. Okay. We have time for one final question.
Boy, you got three of them right here. Read the tip.
Go ahead.
I don't know about anybody else in this room, but I'm dealing with some symptoms of aging pretty bad right now. And I'd like for you to give me some kind of something that I can hold on to
Okay.
see my way through this.
Okay,
I guess that's a good way to put it.
all right. So let's know together, I'll close with the treatment, and this will be my treatment for you. And so my treatment for you is that I know there is only one power, one substance, one intelligence, and this thing I call God or Spirit. I know that this God that I am flows through me, the Spirit of God flows through me, and that this is my divine expression. I know, coming up with my affirmation. There is only God, therefore, my body, intelligently with God, heals itself. Catherine, what's an affirmation for you? I'm really stuck on this.
I was
deep into your treatment, so.
I pulled you out.
I know that every cell, every atom, and even the spaces in between, the so-called spaces in between, that is all. That is all that divine intelligence that can, with this intelligent, refuel, reinvent, infuse you, Jennifer, and every single one of us with the agelessness of our divinity.
Yes.
How about that?
There you go. That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I know that this is the truth. This is my truth. This is your truth, Jennifer, if you choose to accept it. I bless this. I bless the affirmation. I want to write that down. And I give thanks. And so it is.
Thank you, Rayma. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.